I guess we can start a little early. Hi there, everyone. This is Amanda Bonanza. Welcome to Mediocre Poker with Amanda Bonanza. I'm your host, Amanda Bonanza, and today we are playing yet again Microstakes Pot Limit Omaha. I'm in a three-handed table, and for those of you that have been following and know a little bit about poker, when it's short-handed, like three-handed, you can open up your range a whole lot. You play a lot more hands, so we're going to be looking at kind of watching what these players are do. We got a big stack to the left of us, which we don't love, but this is a fine hand to play in the big blind here. So we'll be checking it. It's not so great that we need to put any more money in the pot, but we did flop the nut flush, so we're going to go ahead and bet it because we just want to juice the pot. And if they're not going to call this, then we're out of position. You know what? I'm going to fucking bet it. I don't care. It's like if we just win the pot, if we weren't going to win anything anyway. Just come out swinging. Come out swinging. Why not, right? This is a hand that isn't very good, so I'm not going to play it. Even opening up, it's still the small blind. I don't like opening up my range too much on the small blind because it's the worst position. You're always going first, and there's just nothing. It's just so hard to play in the small blind. So even with good hands, like you can't really do a whole lot. I wonder if that last hand would have been better served as a check raise. Probably. Even then, it's like maybe I should have bet just one. Well, that doesn't do it. I guess it juices the pot up a little bit. My thinking was no. My thinking was that when that would have been nice. Yeah, it's always nice when you flop a full house, even though you don't play. My thinking on that hand, that opening hand with the flush, was that if I didn't bet and they didn't bet, then the pot was going to be at 3 big blinds. But if they had anything, they might have called. And I just wanted to get more money in the pot. When on a limp pot, like that's kind of one of the many reasons why limp pots suck. Now I'm going to play this limp pot because this is a hand I have no business being in, but because they didn't raise me, I'm going to see a flop for no reason. And now I have a straight draw. It's not a great straight draw, and so I'm not going to bet it out of position. Now I hit queens and threes. Now I am going to bet it because I have queens and threes in a straight draw. So I'm going to bet. Let's see if they call, if they have diamonds. Maybe they hit a queen. Maybe they have a straight draw. Wrong straight came. I'm going to check it. We'll see what they do. I'm not calling a large bet. No, they got it. They got the ace. The aces and the threes. Did they have diamonds? So always check the hand history. Oh, no, I'm not playing that. Let's check that hand history. Let's throw it over here so I can see it. Seat one, did in fact have diamonds. The nut flush, the nut diamonds. Diamonds of the eighth. So of course they were going to play it. They didn't raise their net. They didn't raise their diamonds. So what that tells me is they don't bet draws. Yeah, we're betting that. We're going to do just a little shy. We're not trying to throw all our money at it, but maybe we should. Look at that. We hit top set. We don't love the 2 and the 5, so we're going to bet the pot. We're going to make them pay for their draws every step of the way. These cats fold. They fold real easy. We're playing this, we're betting this, we're raising this no matter what. We'll 3-bet this. So we've seen them fold quickly and a lot. So we hit top pair. Nothing else really going for us. So we'll check it because we're out of position, even though we were the pre-flop raiser. And now we have hearts. We have equity now. So we're going to go ahead and bet it. We've got the top pair with a good kicker, with the top kicker, and we've got the nut flush draw. So we're going to go ahead and bet that. We're going to bet 2/3 pot and see what they do. They're interested. No, they're just going to give it to us. So it's looking like our opponents here are pretty tight, a little bit nitty. I'm not going to make that judgment call outright just yet. It's a bad hand. We're not playing it. But I'm going to watch them. And so it looks to me, so we know that at least seat one doesn't bet their draws, doesn't bet their nut draws. And so we know that if they do bet, that means it's a made hand. They've got something. If they bet, they have something. That's what that means. They're not going to bluff. If they can't bet the nut draw, then they're not going to bluff, period. So this person, seat one, we know for sure that if they bet, they have a hand. So we're going to mark that. A bet is a made hand. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a good hand, but I'd be willing to bet that the amount that they bet is the exact, just telegraphs the strength of their hand. So if they bet a small amount, they don't have the top, they don't have a good hand, they have a playable hand. That's the assumption I'm going to make with seat one, and I think it's a fair one. I want to just give them a fish. Maybe I should give them a nit. Yeah, let's give them a mouse. They're a nit. The other thing that means is when they want to get a lot of chips in the pot, we can't call without the nuts because they're probably not going to get a lot of chips in the pot without having the nuts or close to it. Seat two is new. Excuse me, yawn. I got this cool mug. This is a transverse mug. You can get this at the etsy.com/the-transverse. It says, don't talk to me until I've had my hormones. It's got cool Art Deco lady. Problem for me is I drink coffee with my left hand because my mouse is in my right hand, so you can't see it. That's too bad. I think most people drink coffee with their right hand. I don't know. I drink drinks with my left hand. That's how it's always been. Not like the looks of that hand. It's pretty poop. It's pretty bad. Of course, flopping trips is always nice, but like I said, you could flop quads with any hand. Like it just doesn't mean you should play bad hands. My trips are shit now because straights and flushes are there. I guess no straights on the board just yet. No, now there is. I even have one. Ah! But I have a terrible straight with a flush on the board. Yeah, that was a great hand to not put money in. I would have had a bunch of money in that hand. Why you get out of those situations preemptively? Bad hands yield bad results. Bad hands don't tend to win pots. Once again, I got a free roll here, and I hit middle pair, which is pretty terrible. So we're going to check. Oh, no, I have sixes and threes. I have bottom two pair, which isn't great. But it's enough to stick around one call. Yeah, it's not getting better. That card didn't make my hand better. I mean, the only thing that would have is a six or a three. So, like, if they bet... No, they didn't bet anything. So we'll check it. They're definitely scared of that straight. I believe they're scared of that straight, and I can bet them off this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bet the pot. Yeah. This looked like a good hand to the casual observer, but it is not. The ace nor the king is suited, and a 4 and a 9 are bad cards. Yeah, the jazz, that jazz tune, Brett, that's there in the beginning is I lifted that off of there's I forget what it's called. There's a website that's got a bunch of free audio samples and people just post up public domain stuff that you can use for free. And there's all sorts of good stuff. It's a great source for audio samples. And the guy that posted that jazz tune posted that just like you can use it for free, just credit me. So I gave him a credit in the description. So if you want to find out his name, is I forget what it is. That was an original composition by a bloke on the internet. Is it like harder to hear with the microphone when I've got the coffee mug right on my mouth? It feels like it's a bad policy. Yeah. I'll let that go. We haven't been watching Seat 2. Seat 3 is not doing much. They're just kind of a limper caller. It's your standard fish. I'm not seeing much interesting coming from Seat 2 either. Excuse me. A lot of limping. Not any aggression, really. This is a big blind hand. It's not great suits, but it's suits and it's big blind. I would have played it. Might have even raised it. I just get it for free. Here's suits. This is right on the edge of what you can play with a small blind. Once again, this looks better than it is, but we're still going to bust it up because these people are weak. So let's just kind of bet at them. Oh yeah, we have to bet that. We'll bet half pot. Half pot's always a good thing to start out with because they'll fold their trash and they'll raise their good hands. And this is one we're playing too, and we're going to definitely raise that up. Let's see what seat 1 does in the small blind. They want to call. They're on the edge. They don't know exactly what to do. If they raise, we're out, by the way. They call. They had to think about it, which means they don't have a great hand. And we hit top 2. We don't have a flush draw, so I think we're gonna bet big. I don't know if I should bet pot. I guess I do technically have a backdoor straight draw. I have a couple backdoor straight draws. I'm gonna bet 2/3. I've got equity here, and I've got the made hand. They're just gonna give it to me. I don't like that dangling 4, so I'm gonna let it go. We got a full ring now, by the way, so I don't know what seat 1's up to, but when someone buys in for 30 big blinds, that's the minimum. You kind of know that they aren't going to be a real strong player. Sometimes they can come in swinging and be real aggressive, but doesn't mean they're good. And so they haven't been. They played one hand. They're in the hand. They limped. So, oh, I I cut my finger like underneath my fingernail here. I got a little like cut from the plastic on a jar of pickles, and I tried to peel it off, and I slid it down against it, and I have a cut there, and it stings, and I don't like it. I feel like there was a period in like the 1980s when there must have been something that happened where like people were opening jars and poisoning jars or something. So I remember hearing a story on the news when I was a little kid about like someone had poisoned bottles of Tylenol, and so people like were taking headache medicine and dying from taking the headache medicine, and so that's why they put all the sealants and the Childex and the protective things on the cap, so you knew it was like tamper free. King Queen 8 7 that's good enough to play. I am gonna play it. I'm gonna not do a full pot because I'm in early position. I'm just gonna do a little smaller one. We get a call and we hit our flush. So I'm gonna do a half pot. I'm gonna see if they follow along. So I feel like I can pretty much at this point, I'm gonna see bet seat one no matter what. And I'm gonna see bet them half pot because they're folding like anything. I think the next time I have a good solid made hand, I'm gonna see bet small to see if seat one calls. Because they just fold. So they call and fold, call, fold. I mean, that's a great player to have. You just bet at them. Oh, this is a terrible hand. These players are so weak. Now it's a limp pot. I ain't fucking with it. Let's see what happens. Well, I hit a straight. Oh, they're going to bet that. So now, here's the thing. Is when they bet like one big blind, I like to bet big. I don't want to bet big. But I want there to be money in the pot. So I'm going to bet half pot. I think they're just going to fold, but I can't not throw money in this pot. I need more chips. And if they're going to let me have it, they're going to let me have it. Oh, they called. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Let's hope they have a king. And they're going to see what I do here. I'm going to go 2/3, hoping that they will call with a king. Will they call with a king? Nope, they will not. These players are just playing face up here. Seat 4, seat 1. They're nitty fish. It's 2 pair, but it's low cards. It's the small blind. I'm not gonna do it. Leave the bet. I'll believe the bet fit knit there. We're gonna give him the little mouse. So if either seat 4, seat 1 raises pre-flop and we don't have a solid hand, we got to get out of it. We can play extra loose. We can widen our range, and we're not playing a polarized range either. We're going to limit bluffing here. We're pre-flop bluffs. And we're going to just expand our hands that are like better hands. Especially in late position, like button and cutoff. And this is definitely a hand that we're going to bet and raise. Probably 3-bet. Yeah, we got to bet it. We got a call from our friend over on seat 1. We got a call on seat 3. Great. That's terrible for our range. I know I said I was going to c-bet this person. So let's do it. Let's bet half pot and just see what happens. If we get a call, we got to be real careful. We can't go any further because that means they've got something in that zone because they will call draws. And they just give it to us. So yeah, we're just gonna c-bet these clowns. Just these. We're gonna c-bet these nits. Just basically every hand. And yeah, sure. Why not? Uh-oh. Seat 6 is in. We haven't seen seat 6 before, and that was a fast call. They'd made up their mind that they're gonna play already. They were gonna call no matter what. So it was too fast for them to like think about it. We hit a set, so we're going to bet it. We're going to bet 2/3 and see if anyone's calling clubs. See, 6 is calling clubs. We do have a straight draw and 3 4s in play, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bet 2/3 pot again. 7 8s in play as well. Didn't see it till just now. That sucks. Yeah, I got to let that go. They have 7 8. They got 7 8. I'm 100% sure of that. Shit. Sucked. I wish I'd seen that. I should have thought. I should have taken it. I got to slow my roll. I punted off a lot of chips there for no good reason. 4 6 7 10. Nah. Maybe in later position. Even then, that's pretty bad. I did a new arrangement with the chats and I hate it, so I'm going to redo them here. There we go. Oh, Emily, you're here. You're talking about the Tylenol guy. Cyanide in the Tylenol, yeah. Chicago sounds right. So like that was like the start of the craze of where like they were like, okay, because that happened. So that's when they put all the like safety lids on everything, started putting the plastic on everything, sealing everything. Like because they didn't do that before then. You just had a jar of pickles, you just opened it. Like it was no, you didn't have to like peel the plastic off. There wasn't the little lip thing that popped up on the pickle jars. I don't even know if they have that anymore. But like all the safety stuff that wasn't there before that. And we're gonna play this. Do that. And I think that's when the craze of like people like parents checking Halloween candy came in. So, oh, check candy. Make sure don't take any candy from strangers that's not wrapped because people used to give away like candied apples and homemade candy and stuff. And after that happened, that's when the freak out started. And that's why, like, you see the memes today with like, check your Snickers bar to make sure there's not an alternate dimension in your Snickers bar. But like, that's where that came from, is there was a guy that poisoned Tylenol. Like, and that's what happened. So, like, we don't have really anything here. I mean, we've got a straight draw and backdoor flush draws, so we're not going anywhere, but like, we're going to check it. Probably not going to call a large bet, but we'll call a half pot bet. They have something, remember. So this player's got something. And it's a half pot bet, so it's probably maybe just a naked ace with not a great kicker. So I think we can call and see if our hand gets better. Because we have a lot of chances to improve. And our hand does improve here. So we have now a straight draw or a flush draw. And we still have a straight draw. So a 7 or any diamond brings us a win here. And I think I'm going to check raise them. I was going to check raise them, and I'm thinking of it. The 3 doesn't play because there's no straight or anything. So they'll be like, what do they have? But I don't know that they're thinking about what I'm doing. And they did a half pot again. So I'm just going to call and see what happens. And we missed. So, and of course, yeah, they had aces and 3s. So the 3 actually helped them. They definitely would have called had I raised that. But they were playing a naked ace. They had, yeah, that's all they had. Naked ace. They had a queen and a jack, so they had a straight draw too. They had a straight draw to the king. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and fold that weak bet. There's my bad flush came in. Actually, it's not that bad a flush because the jack flush is the only thing that beats it. Uh-oh. Seat 6 says they have a jack flush. Yeah, we knew seat 1 was going to fold. Like, they're going to fold if they... Like, if we don't have a hand and seat 1 bets min clicks like that, we're just going to pot them. Or we'll just half pot them even. I think they'll fold. We can bluff weak for both seat 3 and for seats 1 and 4. We can bluff light. We don't have to put a lot of money in the pot to bluff them out. They've just been folding. Seat 3 has been just steadily bleeding chips with weak play. And we're hitting our hands. So, like, even our bad hands are kind of hitting. So I think I can... I mean, I'm still not going to play that in the small blind, but, like, I feel okay. I think it's time to put on the captain's hat. Oh, we're down. We're down somehow. I don't remember losing chips that much. It was those two. It was that two. That's right. I do. I don't like being down. I don't like it. This is a shitty hand. I don't even know if I want to play it. I'm definitely not playing if anyone else calls. And seat 6 is actually showing a little bit of playability, which sucks. So that the money's behind me. That blows. So I'm not pumped. Yeah, fuck it. There you go. I bet you call. I bet you fold. Oh, they're thinking about it. No, they aren't. Yeah, we'll be playing it. We'll probably get a couple callers here. You're gonna call. Seat 1 likes to call and fold the flop. That's great. That's great. That's terrific. They love folding. They just fucking love it. I don't know too much about these two players. They haven't shown like shittiness. We don't have anything. We definitely don't have an ace, so we don't really have any equity in this hand. We need a jack and a king to do anything, or a 10. Or a heart for our hand to get better, but we're not playing to the nut flush, and we know they have an ace. They probably have an ace, so I'm just going to let it go. Heart came, but so did the straight, which we don't think this player was playing. They could have a straight and an ace. But 4-7's not, and I've got a 4 blocker anyway, so I don't think they're probably doing that. But you never know with these players. They'll play any 4 cards. Yeah, it's a playable hand, all right. It's because there's no suit, though. It's not super great. So we are going to raise it up, but we're not going to raise it a lot. We're just going to do that little tiny beep. We'll probably go multi-way here, which is okay with this hand. This is the kind of hand that does multi-way pretty well if we hit our range, which we did. So, like, we've got flush draws. We've got a 9, a 10, a jack, or a queen brings us a straight. So we're definitely betting this. We're gonna bet small because it's multi-way. So let's just do 5. Little under 5, little under half pot. Let's just see if we can get people. Oh, look at that! They just handed it to us fast. They all had their button on the fold. They hand on the fold button. Has a table full of nets here. It's great. So I'm going to mark 6 as a believe the bet player too. We're going to bring this one in too. Believe the bet. It's weird how tables have tendencies. You're going to call and fold. Call and fold. It's great. Yeah, especially now. Maybe we can squeeze some money out of these kids. This is a good one for us. So let's do half pot again. See what everyone does. We don't mind if someone calls this. We've got straight blockers. There's nothing. It's a pretty dry board. So what's seat 2? Do they want to call? They have a king maybe? No, they're just going to give it to us. Lord Almighty, like, tell me why I shouldn't bet half pot every hand. Just bring in and bet half pot until something happens, till someone calls me. It seems like it's a no-brainer here. I'm going to check it. Hit our jack. That's enough for me to bring half pot, sure. Oh, they called. They might have a jack. They might have a 2. We're going to check it. We still got a jack. We'll call. They're not going to bet it. And we still got a jack. We're going to call. They have their queen. They hit their queen. That dangling 3-6 shit. We're not playing it in the small blind. The rest of the hand's good. But that dangling 3, no es bueno. Small blind and out of position. Bad. Icky. Well, Emily, I had a set of 8s. I want to clarify that there's a difference between trips and sets. And trips is when 2 of the cards are on the board and you have 1 in your hand. And a set is when 2 are in your hand and 1's on the board. And there is a difference. They have the same value, but because people don't see sets, everyone sees trips, but they don't see sets. And it's somehow way easier for someone else to have it. I mean, the chances of someone else can have trips if you have trips. They can't have a set if you've got a set. They can't have that same set. So a set is significantly stronger than trips, especially in Pot Limit Omaha. In Texas Hold'em, that doesn't matter as much. There's still a difference, and it is important to understand that difference. But like, it's a subtle difference in Texas Hold'em. In Omaha, it's a huge difference. Like the difference between a set and trips is off the charts. We're back above board here, and this is a hand to play for sure. We're going to raise that up. Pot that on the button. And then we're going to c-bet no matter what happens. Yeah, we can go ahead and c-bet that. They thought about it. They didn't check right away. We're still going to do it. I think seat 1 might call here. They might have a 7 or a queen. Seat 1's got a piece of this. Nope. They're just giving it to us. I think raise it up and c-bet is the order of the day. It kind of doesn't matter what cards we have at this point. These players are very, very weak. Especially if it's seat 1 and seat 4. And seat 3 is also shown weakness. We have basically nothing at all here. But if someone else bets, and it's looking like seat 2's got a piece of this, so like I'm not going to do that. They're thinking about it. They've got something here. Or they've stepped away. Yeah, if the time runs out and they check, yeah, they see they're betting. They've got something. They don't have a queen. They probably have a jack and diamonds. We're going to go ahead and let that go. I don't think they have a queen. If they have a queen, they have a weak queen. I think they've got a jack and diamond and two diamonds, and they're not great diamonds. That's what I think. So we'll see. They're going to do if they do a large bet here, we know they hit that jack. They might still just have that weak queen. Or maybe they could even have us quads and they're slow playing it. They've got something. See, 6 has a piece. They're going to bet still. See how much they bet. The queen's not so good anymore. They've still got something. And I wonder why they're betting so weakly. Why they're betting so small. It's got to be a weak queen. It's got to be. Here we go. So they have either 4 or a jack. See, 6 has trips. Was seat 2 slow playing and setting a trap? Nah, they're wondering if they maybe even have like, no, they don't have aces. They would have bet their aces. They would have bet kings. Yep, they had a queen. They had a queen. All right, we're gonna bet that for sure. Yeah, it's too good to not bet the full amount there. That's a great hand. They're thinking again. They're on the small blind, so they kind of like their hand. They're gonna call it. We're gonna bet this because of course we hit that's good for our range. That's a good range bet for us. And we're gonna see what they do. Now if they bet that, they didn't. So we're still gonna half pot it and we're gonna see what they do. Because we've got draws here. We do have a pair of tens. It's a weak made hand, but yeah, they're just gonna give it to us. And we're gonna be playing this one. We're gonna be raising this one. Well, I don't know if we should be 3-betting this one because remember, this is a net and they've been limping and calling. So if they bring in an early position, they really like their hand. So they could have aces, kings. They're just calling. Calling. We're gonna call. We're gonna call and see what develops here. And we did very well. Flopping a full house is great. So we're gonna go and a flush. Actually, the flush hurts us here, but it is a straight flush draw. Like a nine of hearts brings us a straight flush. So we're gonna check because we've pretty much owned this board, and they're all just gonna check around. We want them to bet. We want them to bet so bad, and we're not gonna raise. We're just gonna call. This is the trap board. Our hand got even better. Jesus Christ. We have to bet because we need more money in that pot. So we're just going to do a light one. We're going to do 4. Now we're going to do 5. I bet they're all just going to fold. Seat 2's got a piece. They got a piece. Maybe they had a queen. Oh, please have a queen. Please have hearts that you like. Please call. I don't think they're going to call. I think they're going to fold. They called. Oh, this is great. Please have king ace. Please have ace king in your hand and please call. I'm going to bet a half pot. I want them to call. I think they were playing hearts though. I think they were playing hearts and they missed. I mean, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna bet the pot. If they're either gonna call or they're gonna fold. It doesn't matter what I bet. If I bet 1, they're gonna fold if they missed, and they could have something. Oh, I checked accidentally. Shit, I waited too long. Oh fuck. Well, maybe that's good because that's a check raise. Maybe they'll bet and I can check raise. They're gonna check. I fucked up. And they bet. They bet small. Okay. They can't beat me. They can't. I've got the nuts. And I've got all the blockers. So I have to pot them here. When someone does that, it's like they could have, yeah, I've got queens full of jacks. Like they can't have 4 queens, they can't have 4 tens, they cannot beat me. I click that 30-second button. Ooh, I almost missed my chance. Then blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. I'm gonna let this count down. I'm gonna make them think I'm Hollywooding it, that I'm really not sure what I want to do. I'm gonna race. They have a full house. That's wonderful. They've got a piece. Ah, they called. Ha ha! Delightful. That's about as well as a hand can go. That actually worked out great because, like, if I had bet that half pot, I don't think they might have folded. Nah, they probably would have called, but I wouldn't have made all that money. Let's see what they had. They had a queen and a 10. They had a queen. They couldn't get rid of they couldn't lay down 3 queens on that board. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, so yeah, we're gonna bring that up. I had queens over. Yeah, I had the absolute nuts. There was nothing that could have beat me. I had queens over Jack's full house. That's correct. And they had a pair of queens on the flop, and then they called, and then they hit another queen, and then they called again, and then they hit a 10 for queen 10. But the 10 didn't play because their jacks were on the board, so they had a queens and jacks with a king kicker. But that might have convinced them. Oh, by the way, we are going to half pot this. We're just half potting these nits. Yeah, every time. We're just going to keep betting at these nits that don't want to play. So that tells us this person will call with a hand. We'll call down a made hand. We're going to give them the mountain tells me they're a calling station. That's great. That means we can't bluff them. We can't bluff seat 2. We can try bluffing them early, but if they're willing to put money in the pot, that means they'll call it down to the river. Especially if their hand gets better like that. Yeah, I'm fucking betting these fuckers. Like, they're just so weak. And I hit 3 sevens anyway, so I'm just gonna bet. I'm gonna bet pot, actually. Because I don't have those diamonds. I don't want those diamonds to come. Nah, I'll bet half pot. Let's just see what happens. Let them chase their diamonds. If the diamonds come, I lose anyway. They probably, if they're gonna call 5, they probably would have called 10. So the diamonds come, but I have a full house, so that's great. So I'm gonna bet small here. Now I'm gonna bet half pot because I want chips because they. Seat 6 has chips, so I'm gonna bet. Because I did hit a full house. So we want them to have diamonds. And they do. They have diamonds, and I have quads. So they're probably not going to call, but I have to bet the pot here. Because I have to. And we'll be raising this and c-betting it. So, let's see what happens. And we have Draws everywhere, bottom pair, no clubs. We're going to bet half pot just to see what these people do. We get a call, we have to be cautious. If we get a raise, we have to fold. Well, we don't have to fold, but so that could be any number of things. It could easily be any number of draws. It could easily, there we are, there it is. They have us beat. They probably have at least clubs. I am going to call because of all my straight draws. Might be a bad call. I hit my straight, but the clubs came, and so that doesn't make me happy. I'm not going to bet. Should I bet? They could easily have clubs. I'm just going to check it. I'm going to see what they do. If they bet large, because I did hit the nut straight, so I'm pretty sure seat 4 has clubs. So really, it's about getting the money from this player. And they didn't bet their clubs. I'm going to check it down. We're going to see how this goes. Oh, I win everything. Who do they bet with? It doesn't matter. They left. Seat 4 had ace, 2 aces. They had a set of aces. So yeah, I mean they played them kind of right, you know. I don't even know if they bet pre. Raise this guy up. Just us now? We don't know this player. They're new. Oh, I meant to bet. We're about half pot there. They're gonna give it to us. So just weak. And you know, pair of aces with a suited ace. Yeah, we're gonna play this pretty hard. We're gonna 3-bet that. That's great. That means seat 2 likes their hand. Remember, they've been calling and limping. So they like their hand. They're gonna call the 3-bet 100%. They might even 4-bet us, and then we 5-bet. Like, well, we don't have double suited, but I mean, there's a chance they have the other 2 aces. So that's not great for us. So we're gonna check it, and we're gonna see what they do. It's a pot size bet. I hate to see it. And the problem is they could easily have a queen. They could have 2 queens. They could have kings. They could easily have clubs. They could easily have 2 5s. There's just so much that beats us here. And this is the kind of player that made a pot-sized bet after limping. So yeah, we're just going to let it go. We'll get them next time. Like, when they're limping and they bet pot, they've got it. Nah. We might have got cooled a little bit there, and that's okay. We have a real good run here. We've doubled our buy-in. More than that. We're up 132 big blinds. That's great. Great day at the table. Just weak. No one's gonna bet. No one's gonna bet. Everyone's gonna check. No one's gonna bet. They just want to see they just want to see. They just want they want to hit something. These aren't poker players. These are gamblers. We got a pair of 8s. Yep. Guess what we're doing? Guess. You guessed it. We're going to raise. So we're going to bet half pot. New player on seat 1 there. Bought in for the full amount. We hit our ace. We don't have spades. Oh, we hit aces and sevens. So we hit top 2. We have equity with our queens. We don't have spades, so we're going to bet big. I'm going to bet 2/3 pot. I'm not going to bet the pot. Should be enough to scare these people away. If they call, they're calling spades. If they call with just a naked ace, that's great. So I'm going to beat them there. They might have called with ace-4. That's scary. That sucks. We don't have diamonds. We don't have spades. So if they bet here, we're in trouble because they could easily have had ace-4. They would have called with ace-4. We're not going to bet. And the reason is because we're not building a pot with this. We're not super sure. And a lot of cards could come. Half the deck can devastate our hand. So, and our hand is devastated. So we'll see what happens. We're going to check it down and hope that our 2-pair holds. No, we're not. We're going to believe them. We're going to believe that they either have a full house or a flush. I think they have ace-4. I'm going to fold it. Now we'll do it. We've got the chip stack. We're just going to bring in for pot every time at this point. We hit 3 4s. We'll bet half pot. Voila. Bring in for pot, bet half pot, win. Pretty. That's my strategy at this table. Tell me if you think it's a good one. So we got to raise. We got to raise from this guy. And I think our hand is one such as we could call. We can see a flop here. But I'm thinking of we have to hit diamonds, basically. We have to hit diamonds or 2-pair. Well, I guess we've got straight draws here, so we don't have a great hand, but we're on the big blind. We're going to call it. And we just hit a pair of 3s. We do have a backdoor straight draw, but it's not good. We have a backdoor straight draw and a backdoor diamond draw. So if people bet, we gotta leave because someone's got something here. They might bet a 9. Someone could easily have an overpair like jacks or kings or queens. They don't have anything. Now we have straight draw. It's not a great straight draw. So we're gonna check. We're in early position. We're out of position and we have bad draws, so we're not gonna do much here. We're just gonna check it down, hope they check it down, and that we hit our weak straight and hit the right end of it. Hope the 5 comes. They've got something. They want to bet. They've got an overpair. They probably got 10s or jacks. So we have 6s and 3s right now, which, like I said, isn't very good. It's lots of straights, but we have the straight blocker. But there's 3, 4, 5. No, there's no straights. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's straights, but we have the blocker with the 7. But there's no need to bluff here because we have equity. We have showdown value, and everyone's just so weak. So our sixes and threes might actually be good. And it looks like they are. Yep. Our sixes and threes hold. We win a nice little pot there. See, the thing with hands like that, weak two pair, they have showdown value, but they're not much. And so there's no real reason to bluff because especially multi-way out of position, because like if you don't have a good hand, someone else it does when it's multi-way because everyone gets four cards, like half the deck goes out. So this is a bad hand in the small blind, and we're gonna fold it. I'll lay that down, even though these weak fuckers are here. And I think we're about at the hour mark. I'm going to see the big blind. I'm going to see the button here. And then I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to get some more water, another cup of coffee, and do a quick pee. So I'm going to take a little 5 minutes. And I'll be back after the next hand. I'm going to see the next hand because it's the button. I want to play the button. So seat one's new, right? We haven't seen them do much. Look at that. And it's a third pot. They bet folded. This player bet big with Jack 5-6. So what did they have? Two pair or a set. They could easily have a set. They didn't bet it though because they were scared of the straight. But now they could have quads or they could have a full house. They've got quads or a full house. There it is. All right. This is a bad hand. I'm going to fold it out of turn. I'm going to sit out, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. See you soon. This love that I'm feeling. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Whoa, oh, just in time for the big blind. Okay, so when you say when I take a little pee, I might as well take the cue. So that I don't know what that means exactly. That might be an Australian thing. Tell me what that means. Take your time. All right, here we go. Hang on. I'm looking at the chat here, and Britt, I am very curious about Australian tacos because, like, tacos are totally a Mexican thing, and I feel like elsewhere in the world that's not the United States, I feel like Mexico's a really exotic place. Like in the United States, I even think Mexico's exotic, and it's right there. Do I play this shitty ass hand against these fish? Yeah, let's play it. Probably a really bad call there, but yeah, it's a real bad hand. Probably shouldn't have played it, especially to a raise. Yeah, no, I'm toast. I'm toast. C2's got oh yeah, C2's got an ace. 100%. 100% C2's got an ace. It's coming. Bet coming. Yep, there it is. I don't have anything. I've got zero equity here. I can't make anything. All I've got is like blockers to the wheel. It's terrible. Folding. I had no business in this stupid hand, and I shouldn't have called it. Yeah. But yeah, Australian tacos. Hey, Brett, y'all do pizza over there in Aussie land? Down under? I'm, I'm so sorry. I think you told me that it's okay when I do my fake Australian accent. So I don't mind too much. I'm not making fun. I think it's cool actually. Here in the United States, we're pretty much I can't speak for too many people, but I'm pretty much enamored by foreign accents. All of them. Like I like every foreign accent. They're all exotic. I think a lot of Americans kind of look down on Hispanic and Asian accents, but that's because they're shitty. Like, there are a lot of shitty people in the United States. 6-7 Jack Queen and the small blind to a raise. Nah, 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 nah. Not out of position. Not in the small blind. Not to raises. We don't know seat one here. They're relatively new, and we haven't seen them do much, so we gotta watch them. Yeah. This have been one of those hands where it's real dangerous. They check it. They don't like it. How you gonna bring in and then not bet when Jack Ace drops? Like that's crazy to me. Because that's like even just that's just a range bet. You gotta just do it. They clearly don't have anything. What do they have? Do they have diamonds? They don't. They don't have anything. Maybe they have kings. I would bet that seat 4 has spades. Possibly to the king. Oh, the whole pineapple on pizza thing is crazy. I love pineapple on pizza. Pineapple's delicious everywhere. Well, we're going to kick that up. This is a pretty monster hand here. A great hand on the button. I mean, it's a great hand in any position, but like on the button, it's just a monster. We got callers. We got callers here. Is this the same seat 3 that's been there the whole time and losing? Oh, seat 1 likes this. We're doing half pot as usual. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Joe catch an 8. You caught an 8. Caught an 8 or a 6. It's bad from a range there. Gonna check it. Terrible for my range. 3-5 kills me. 7-9 kills me. 5-7 kills me. A 6 kills me. Good hand. Good hand, seat 1. I don't think they're on to me. It's shitty. I'm getting arrogant. It's a new table. I feel like there's different players here. Seat 4 is new. Seat 1's relatively new. I gotta slow my roll a little bit, tighten up. I don't think I can just steamroll this table anymore. I think they've gotten wise. We'll see. They continue to show just fucking weakness. I'll go back to steamrolling, but I'm just gonna cool myself here before I do it by losing chips. Blah, 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 fold that bad hand. Oh, how nice. That would have been nice. So thank God them diamonds. And everyone's gonna play them diamonds. The min click. There you go. You know what to do. Seat 6 knew what to do. Seat 6 has a monster because they have been tight and tight and tight. So they've got 2 pair at least. Very likely. Very possibly a set of kings. Or a flush. Or a good pair with a flush draw. Let's see what they do now. They don't like the flush and they don't like the paired board. So king 5. I put seat 6 on king 5. I put seat 1 on diamonds. Decent diamonds. To the jack at least. Uh-oh. I was wrong. Seat 6 has king 4. Full house. 4's over kings. I changed my prediction. Seat 1 doesn't know what to do. They hate it. They want to call. They have a flush. But they know. They know deep down in their heart that they're beat by that full house. Yep. King, king. Whoops. 889 queen. It's bad in early possession. And I've got a big stack behind me. Seat 1 left. They left. So this is a new seat 1. This is a new player. It's not the same player that rebought because their mouse went away. What could they not let go of? Yeah, king 6 of the king's full. And seat 1 was playing ace king 4-2, so they had a full house also. They had 4s full of 2s, but they knew they were beat. They knew it. We'll be playing this one. Yeah, I'm gonna pot that. I want only one other player. I want to go heads up with a double suited hand. I don't want this to be a 3-way. Get out. They're going all in. That sucks shit. Well, I block the aces. They could easily have kings. They've been weak. I gotta fold. I've got to fold to the 4-bet. I don't have a 4-bet hand here. I just don't. Yep, aces. Aces. Yep. My hand have held. Doesn't matter. It's a moot point. It wouldn't. It would have. I would have had 2 pair. I would have won. But doesn't matter. Yeah, seat 1 called with ace 5-6-2, which is a bad hand, but it was double suited. Oh, lamb and tzatziki pizza sounds great. I mean, a gyro pizza? That sounds wonderful. Like, yeah, with like tomatoes and onions on it? Hell yeah. Sounds great. Sounds wonderful to me. Won't eat duck, huh? Oh, that's right. She hates cucumber. See, I hate cucumber by itself. Oh, the Hawkwards joining with a rating party of 4 and Twitch. I love that. Welcome aboard, Hawkward. We're playing PLO, and you came just in time to watch me tighten up my game. I was steamrolling for a while, but now I got my roll slowed. The rest of the table woke up and started playing cards all of a sudden, so time for me to chill out and play tight. Hey, Em, I've got slow mode on Twitch, and I don't know if you're doing that on purpose, but if you want to turn that off, that'd be cool. Just let him be free. And this is a bad hand. Duck, huh? I don't know what hoisin duck. I mean, that sounds like a Chinese dish. I've never had it. I'm not super huge on Chinese food. I like Thai and Korean a lot better. Vietnamese. Oh, I love Vietnamese food. I'd love to live in Vietnam. Maybe I will live in Vietnam. Might move to Hanoi. Ho Chi Minh City. See, I keep folding my shitty hands and then keep hitting them. Hey, Hawkwood, what up, dog? Aloha, matey. I am having a great day. Goat Simulator 3. Awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, come on aboard. Go get some food. I'm like I said, I got cooled here a little bit. I cooled myself. I didn't like lose big, but like I said, I was playing at a real tight table and kind of steamrolling them, and the table kind of woke up. I kind of lost my concentration too. I got to pay more attention to the game. The dynamic of the table definitely changed, so gotta respond to that. I can't just bet. I can't just see bet half pot and take down every hand anymore. I have a little more nuance to my play. That was just ridiculous. Ooh, to the burpee. Excuse me, mom. Oh, Emily, I asked if you would undo slow mode on Twitch because maybe I'm just in slow mode, but like I don't see any real need for that unless that's a reason you do that on purpose because you were getting some like shitheads or something. I don't know. But we just got a raiding party in, so like why not, right? Let's let them be free. Now, do I call with this terrible, terrible, terrible hand? I probably shouldn't. I'm not going to. It's double suited. And I hit my set. I've been folding these bad hands and then just hitting them. Like, I mean, even then, it's like, a set of threes isn't even, I mean, it's good. It'll probably win, but like, I mean, there's so many cards that could come that can just wreck my threes. Any spade, any card above a six. Like, really? Yeah. Yeah, my threes are toast. But now my clubs are good, except they're bad clubs. There's the kind of hand that looks good and you got to stick into it and you got to put a lot of money into it and then you lose because someone beats you because they have a better version of the same hand. See, two bet pot, so they could easily have a straight. Everyone folded. All right, pay attention, pay attention. I've been daydreaming and flapping my jaw. All right, 4, 10, 6, 7 is a bad hand, especially on the small blind. We're folding out of turn. We get a limper in seat 3. Get a limper on seat 4. And 6 is going to free roll. They're thinking of raising. They're thinking of raising. But they're not sure. So we already know they don't have a great hand because they wouldn't have thought about it this long. Or they've stepped away. They just forgot they were playing. They forgot to click the sit out next hand. That's always a thing with online poker. People sometimes just forget that they're in a hand. I do it. I'm guilty of it. Like I'll get up and I'll go get something from the kitchen and I'll forget and I won't. I'll be like, I can make it in time. So they did end up raising. We got a limper caller in seat 3. Let's see if we've got a limper folder in seat 4. Probably not. We do. Then we got a limper folder. That's something to make note of. Limp fold. That means they're kind of especially weak. Like that means they were playing. In a way, it's like it's smarter. Like because I've limp folded before for sure. Because I'll limp, but I don't know. It's just limping's just a bad idea. It's just bad play. There's occasions I do it occasionally. Yeah, see, I'm seeing dog shit hands now. It's okay. We had a good run. We're not out for the count. We're just gotta slow roll it for a minute. Oh, is my audio low, you say? I'm looking at it. Oh, your audio's low. And that's understandable. I got a big blabbermouth and I'm yimmering and yammering. Are you gonna do seat one? I didn't even see who raised. Yeah. We gotta check. We gotta check. Check, check. Check around. Nope. Pop back. I've got a jack, says seat four. Well, that's a monster. We'll be raising that. There we go. This will be a 3-bet at least. I don't think I would call this would be a 3-bet and I would call a 4-bet. I wouldn't. So if someone 3-bets me, I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna 4-bet bluff this. It's not a 4-bet hand. I mean, I gotta continue. We may have to do a half pot there. See who sticks around. We need a 10. We need a king. Or we don't need a 10. We need an ace, a king, a jack. Ace or a jack. Or king. King's nice. Not an early position. They didn't call my half pot bet. So maybe I can just keep betting the half pot. Maybe we're back to nits. I still think seat 6 is a nit, even though they've got a stack there. They got lucky with that one full house over full house. That just kind of goes to show you can play poker like that. You can just wait until you got the nuts and then throw your chips in the pile, and usually someone call you. Got a pot size bet from the cutoff. We got a fold in seat 1. Small pot size bet. Pot size bet in a limp pot. Their king's good. Their bluff's good. They probably have a king. A naked king. That's a bad hand. Let's get it. We're looking for a free roll here. I don't think I can call any raise. I'm not swearing at the table. I'm sorry. I have no cause to swear. I hit 2 pair and a flush draw, didn't I? And a straight draw, right? I've got a backdoor straight draw. Got a couple backdoor straight draws. I got a lot of equity here. I'm betting the pot. It's terrible hand hit. Seat 1, what is your jam? What are you up to? You want to call. We're four-handed too. All right, I think I can step up the aggression back to kind of where it was before. Let's give it a shot. Callers, callers, callers. We're going to see about half pot. We're just going to do it. We don't have anything. Nothing at all. We have no piece of this. Yeah. They've got us beat. They've got us beat. I have to check it. They've almost certainly at least got an ace. And we don't have anything. Like, we can't. We need a 4 to drop, and even then, we don't feel good. So we've got less than shit here. So we're folding. Yeah. So no, I was wrong. I shouldn't do what I did. I would test the waters, see if I could bulldoze these shitheads. But oh, see, there's a swear for you, Brett. They're not shitheads. They're just fish. I don't know them. That's a bad hand. I'll fold it. Oh, maybe should have played it on the button. No, I'm glad I didn't. Oh no, I would have a straight. I would have the wheel draw. Oh, glad I folded it at the spades game. There's the spades. Hello. Fold. I'm sorry I'm not swearing as much, but I have tried to clean up. No, that's not true. I swear some days and some days I don't, and I swear when I feel like it's justified. I don't really feel like I need to swear at this table. Like I said, I don't have anything against these players. They're not playing like jackasses. Like, it's like sometimes you get at a table with people that play like absolute jackasses, and that's when I'll start ripping them apart. But like, they're not playing like jackasses. They're just nits. They're just playing tight, over tight. They're all over tight. Oh shit, Brett. Well, motherfuck then. There you go. I'm allowed to swear. Alrighty. Alrighty. What you got? What you got? Got nothing. Shitty pair of sixes. Shit else. Free roll. Give me a free roll. Nope. No free roll today. Nope. Oh, so sweet. So sweet, the chat. I love it. We've been just sitting here at 200 big blinds for like a day, for like a half an hour since I got back. Ain't been doing shit. Ain't nothing happening. It's a bad hand. It's a bad hand in the small blind. I can't be playing bad hands. I could. I shouldn't. Bad hands that didn't hit. What am I supposed to do with that? What if I was in this hand? What would I do with a shitty ass pair of sixes and no real outs? That's no good. Still, that 4 doesn't help my hand. Great hand to fold. Anyone do anything? These tiny little nine big blind pots. Threes and sevens. What are y'all doing with those bad hands? That's also a terrible hand. A terrible hand. Just terrible, 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 terrible. Waiting to play cards. All these limpers and these weak motherfuckers. I mean, I could bet my pair of twos on the button. Oh, my twos and threes are monsters in this flop at this table. You can't touch two pairs, pair of twos and threes. It's fucking a monster here. What are you gonna do in this limp pot? Jesus Christ! All right, I think I gotta put that captain hat back on. I gotta start betting. Yeah, these weaklings. Uh-oh, did someone finally hit their... Someone's got diamonds, right? Someone here's got some diamonds, right? No? No? Nah, someone would have put money in the pot by now. I don't know, they should have. Everyone should have put money in the pot. They just didn't do it. New player, new player, new player. Seat 6 new. They didn't bet! King high flush. What a tool. What a tool. What are you doing? And I can't call because that's this. Look at that stack size. Look at that bring in. They didn't think about it. They like their hand. They're playing. They've got a good hand here. They love it. They've got aces. They're going all in. Aces here. Aces here on seat 4. Two pairs good. Straight's good. Did they have aces? Was that right? Did I call it? Seat 4. Ace, 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 3. Whoop! All right, here's a hand. I can play this. It's a small blind that sucks, but fuck it. We're four-handed against. Yeah, we don't know. Seat 6 is new, so see what they got. See what you got, seat 6. I got 3 big blinds. No, you got nothing. That's cool. They might have had a bad hand. Fair enough. Sure, yeah. Yeah, okay. Three-handed with nits. Let's go. Yep, be raising that. I'm gonna 3-bet this. Now I'm just gonna take it down. Now it's heads up. Well, now we're just basically playing everything. Except this is so bad. We're gonna get rid of that. Let them, yeah. Oh, great fold. Look at that. Terrific fold. Oh, super. That was just super. Oh, they're gonna be, we're done. They're all leaving us. Everyone's quitting. They can't handle it. So we're gonna see if they shuffle us off to another table or if we get another person to come in. Boo! Boo! We could play regular or Texas Hold'em if you want. Let me know if you want me to start a Texas Hold'em game. We can talk you through that. I don't know if I've played a Texas Hold'em game on here yet. We'll see. We'll see if I get shuffled off to another table. If it takes too long, I'll start something else. I could play Hi-Lo too. But I haven't been doing well at Hi-Lo lately. Hi-Lo is... I don't play it enough to be good at it. Not enough people play it, so I don't get the chance to play it all that much. Ah, we're shuffled off to a new table. It's fine. We'll go right there. Thank you. Oh, and we got a razor. Well, let's just watch this. Let's see what this new table does. Oh, and they're all short stacked. That's wild. That means all the money left. Someone won big and then bailed. Okay, let's see what you do. See what you do. Bunch of short stacks. Do we have aggressive short stacks? Limp, limp, limp. Wouldn't call that aggressive. Do not think limping is aggressive. Check. Free roll. You're going to check. There it is. There it is. All right. We got a table full of limpers. I'll bet they're limper callers. Bet they'll call any bet. Play any 4 cards. I don't know that for sure. But they all just limped. And that person says, I like queens. My queens are good. I've got a queen. Well, one says, I've got a queen. I've got a queen. 2 clubs. Now, maybe I've got 2 clubs. I don't have a queen, but I got 2 clubs, says seat 1. Uh-oh. We'll see if seat 5 checks it because they didn't like seeing that club. Seat 1's clubs came. Yep. That's exactly what happened. All right. In the big blind, we'll be playing this hand. We might even raise it, depending on what everyone does. I don't know if we'll be able to. I can't. I'm not going to. So like, strategy says I should raise this to isolate, but I won't isolate. Everyone's just going to call me. So I'm going to go ahead and limp that. This is not a great hand. And there it is. I have a pair of 2s and not else. So, and it's multi-way. So someone's got, I don't know, diamonds at least. My hand's pretty stinky here. Not even calling. Got no real piece of that at all. 8s and 3s. Not that great. Would have beat 6s and 3s. Holy moly. This is a very terrible hand also. Not even worth. Well, you know what? It might be worth a limp against these fuckers. Yeah, let's limp. Sure, let's see a free roll. Here we go. We got a pair of 7s here. Let's check it around, see if it comes my way. Get a backdoor bad flush draw. Got a 7. Maybe I'll hit another 7. No, I won't be. Your king's good. King good. Flush good. Here we go. There's a hand. That's a playable hand. That's the button. That's a raisable hand. Yep. We're going to raise the pot. Everyone's going to call. We'll see 4-way at least, I bet. It's okay. I'm okay with people calling. Just one player. Great. We didn't hit anything. We don't have diamonds, so we don't really have any equity here. We just have high cards, so we're going to check this down. See what they do. I think we could blow them off this. Need. We'll take our pair of kings. They're probably good. This is a hand we're definitely raising. And we'll see what everyone does. Got a short stack there. They didn't raise. They're limping calling with, well, I guess they're on the small blind, but they're calling from the small blind with a short stack like that. It's just bad play. That's okay. We're going four ways and we hit nothing. They love it. They hit a jack. They're super stoked about that. Maybe even 3/8. You don't think we can call here? We don't have anything at all. So we're not going to call. Let them have it. We're going to be like, better luck next time. We'll wait till we got some equity. But not with this, though. Yeah, limp, 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 limp. Call, 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 call. Righty. What are you going to do, seat 5? Okay, seat 3 just brought in for 31.6 big blinds. When someone does that, that's all the money that they have. That is their entire bankroll at this site. So we're just going to let them bleed it away. We don't have to worry about them, really. I mean, that would have been nice. Would have been nice. Maybe, in retrospect. Oh, yeah, I would have won a pile. Yeah, would have won a pile. Would have won. Would have doubled up there. It's all right. We'll play this one. This is a good hand. It's a real good hand. That's a terrible flop for this hand, but we're still going to half pot it because we do have kings. Maybe they have an ace or they don't. They've shown weakness. So, yeah. Let's see a free roll here. I don't want to bet. I don't want to put any money in this pot. Let me see a flop, and then let me flop a 2 and a queen. Not quite. Nope. No, thank you. Seat 1, it's all yours. And that's the thing, Brett, is like when you have those hands where you hit late like that, it's like you're you're gonna fold some hands that turn out to be monsters, and that's just the nature of poker, and you can't regret it. Like you just have to fold bad hands, and you have to know what hands are worth what. That's the kind of the trick to being a halfway decent poker player. Just knowing what hands to play is a lot of poker. This, yeah, I'm gonna limp it. I'm gonna limp in with this weak shit, and I've got a straight draw. I've got no spades. They're so weak. I'm gonna call. I don't want to raise because it's like either I hit my hand or I don't, and I didn't. I don't think that we're playing a 6. They might have been. They might have been playing a 6. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it now because a spade comes. I'm toast. I'm toast already. I basically need a 4. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I need a card, and even then, they could easily have a full house. So even if I hit my straight, I'm not super confident about it, and I'd probably be a weak end of the straight. Oh no. Here it is, a weak pair and a wheel draw, but spades racket. It's a lot of multi-way here. A lot of weak multi-way play. But these cats are all pretty much just playing their hands, playing face up. No one's really got a lot of strategy here. They have it, they bet. Full house. What did you have, seat one? There's a playable hand. There's a raisable hand. Yeah, bring it in. They're all going to call. Seat one, what did you have? You had ace, queen, 10-5, double suited. Yeah, you had a hand. Shouldn't have called the river though. How are you gonna do that, huh? Well, if you've got a 6-6 or a 10-6, then you win. See what you do now. Ah, you don't like that, huh? Let's do a small bet. Let's do 15. Do a third pot. You gonna call? I want you to call. Yeah, I love that. Oh, that's beautiful for us. That's just delightful. So, I want all your money, but I don't think you're going to give it to me. I think you are maybe calling diamonds. You might have a 10. I hope you have a full house. We're going to hope they have a worse full house than us, and we're going to bet. Yeah, they do have a worse full house than us. We're going to take all their money. That's a fold. They came back with all their money. That's their entire bankroll. They're probably on tilt. So they had 4, 8, 10, 8. They played that. And then they hit 3 10s. They did have 3 10s, and they couldn't lay off of it. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Wonderful fish. Can't lay off a hand. Fish. And this is a pretty terrible hand that we've got here. So we'll get a free roll. Yep. Look at that. We have a backdoor straight draw and a flush draw. And these players are weak, so we're going to bet the pot. See if they like it or don't. They do, they do. They don't, they don't. All right, we'll check it. Oh, there, eight's good. Eight's good. Better spades are good. King good. Anything good? We didn't have shit. Did money. Did money. Yeah. Let's play for chips. Put some money in that pot. It's not a great hand, but we're going to put the money in the pot. It's a bad hand. It's a bad hand in the small blind. I shouldn't be playing this, but they're weak. And we hit our ace, and that is a monster for our range. So we're going to go ahead and bet it. 2/3 pot. We think we're good. Uh-oh. That's almost certainly a better ace than us. We got to check it. We do have a straight draw, but it's a bad straight draw. We just have a pair of aces, and we don't have anything else. We got naked aces, and they called, meaning they could easily have us beat, and I think they almost certainly do. So the question is will they call if I bet this? I think they will. So I'm going to check it. I think they've got me beat, and I think they would call no matter what I did. I think it would go all in. I think they would have called. I believe that they would have. Here we go. Here's a hand I can play. I don't feel like I played that poorly. I should have done my half pot bet, though. I bet too much to open. The old half pot bet. So we're going to bring that in. You're going to call. You're going to call every hand. You're going to limp call, limp call, limp call, limp call. All right, we'll half pot this. They either have a 9 or they don't. And they don't. Kenny, hey, bud. How you doing? Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. That's my good friend Kenny is joining us in the YouTubes. So, I don't know how long you've been there. I haven't looked at the chat in a second because I've been paying attention to the game. Kenny, do you play much PLO? I can't remember. I know you know how to play for sure. But I've been into the PLO lately. It's been my jam. But yeah, I'll be narrating, speaking. You were like, go all in. I think they would have called my all in, Kenny. I think they would have called my all in because they had 2-pair and it's Omaha. And I saw them call an obvious full house, like for all their money, like about 3 hands before that when they had just a trip tens. They were destroyed and they shoved all their money in with a hand. Yeah, Omaha, Pot Limit Omaha. PLO, Pot Limit Omaha. Yeah, you know. Yes, sir, Omaha. Bop, 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 bop. I'm glad to hear that you're well. You and I need to catch up. We need to have a Zoom. We need to have a session for sure. Lots going on. Yeah, you and I, we'll talk later. I can't, maybe late tonight. Let me know. I see. Thank you. You were just like, go all in. I was thinking of going all in, actually, when you said that. And of course, I hit my set, but what are you gonna do? It's a bad hand. It was like I've been explaining to so Britt is from Australia. Emily is she works at the Transverse with me. She's the CEO of the Transverse and she's in here. Yeah, we should look at that quads. Oh, isn't that nice? It always feels great when you fold quads. It always feels super awesome. And this is a pretty terrible hand. Let's get a free roll. Give me a free roll, baby. Nope, no free roll. Seat 4 says we're playing for chips. We're potting it. I don't think I can call this. This is pretty... Well, I do have a suited ace. It's so bad. This is such a bad hand. Nah, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let my instinct... see? Fuck. Ah! God damn it. And here we go. But then they, of course, they bet again. They have something. Yeah, see, now my hand's still sketchy. A flush draw. I'm blocking myself. I'm blocking my own flush draw, so I didn't play it. Yeah, they got something. Seat 4's got something, possibly a straight, possibly a flush draw, almost certainly a high pair, possibly 2-pair, easily 2-pair. They've got something here. 2-pair at least, tens and queens at least. Tens and queens with a draw. Yeah. Yeah, it is a good fold. This is a bad hand on the small blind. We're just going to fold that out of turn. Won't be playing 3-3-5-8 pretty much in any position for any amount. I mean, I would play that on the big blind when no one raises, and that is about it. You got auto-corrected in YouTube, huh? It's good to talk to you, Kenny. It's good to see you. For those of you that don't know, Kenny is one of my oldest friends, and he and I used to play poker back in the day. Like we were poker buddies in the poker craze of the early aughts when everyone was playing and everyone was watching like the World Series of Poker on ESPN2 and all that stuff. And Kenny was right there with me playing poker a whole lot, taught me a lot, and is one of the better players I've known in my life. And yeah, Kenny's a dear friend. I used to do all Kenny, you're doing the New Year's Eve show this year, yeah? So I used to play when I lived in Seattle. I would play in the Artist Home New Year's Eve show at the Tractor Tavern. It's a once a year thing where all the most popular bands in the Seattle, they bring their singers in and they do like each singer from the bands do like two cover songs, and then there's bands that would back them up and play all the cover songs. And I was in the bands with Kenny. He is. He's attractive for sure. Young would be generous, but hey, um, let's put this right here. But yeah, so Kenny and I used to play. Kenny would play guitar, I'd play synths, and we'd both sing backups. And I don't live in Seattle anymore, so I can't do the shows. I really miss them. But Kenny's doing the Artist Home New Year's Eve this year. So if you're in Seattle, and you don't have tickets yet, get your tickets for the Tractor Tavern on New Year's Eve. It's a great, great show. Definitely do that. Kenny, my friend Katie lives in Seattle. She just moved there, and I have been bugging her. I hope she got tickets. I told her like 3 times, and I sent her links like 3 times. I'm trying. I'm trying. I know I don't have to really worry about it. I know that the show sells out every year too, so I don't really need to worry about it. Like he'll be fine. They'll sell out. Oh, I'm not even paying it all attention. I'm yimmering and yammering. I have garbage, and this player's weak. I'm gonna bet him. I'm gonna bet the pot. They're just gonna give it to me. They're weak and I'm not paying attention. All right, poop hand. Poop hand, get rid of. Get rid of. And yeah, a bad hand here. It would have been, you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're not really seeing. We are four seated because seat three is sitting out, so we're four-handed. I could easily widen my range here. I was last to act. God, it's still just a terrible hand. Thought I would have had two pair and a backdoor straight draw. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I would have had good equity here, and I probably would have won the hand. Since that 1.3 big blind bet took it down. Oh, good God. Still terrible. I mean, shit hands are shit hands. Like, I want to play and I want to play against these players, and maybe I should just start doing what I was doing before. Just bringing in and betting them down. It's looking like that would be pretty easy to do. They're showing a lot of weakness here. Oh, but these are just such bad hands. Just so awful. I'll check it down. I'll free roll that. Yeah, I'm going to bet them if they don't bet. Just going to bluff them. I've got zero equity in this hand, nothing coming, no chance to win. And they limped. Oh, but they bet. No, you got it. One big blind, too rich for me. No thanks. They checked I was gonna bet them, and I'm glad they bet that one big blind, so I didn't have to put any more money in that pot with that terrible hand. Now in the small blind, and this player doesn't know if they want to pay for the big blind. You don't know if you wanna. What do you do? Oh no, they had to sit it out. They're like, I don't want to pay the big blind. I'm just gonna take up space in this room. Whoops. Fucked up, C4. Fucked up. That's real dangerous position to take in any poker game, and especially in Omaha. That is definitely I've been playing a lot of Omaha lately, and that is exactly how you lose all your money at Omaha, is by playing bad hands. It's like, and that's the thing with Omaha, is that like a lot of people that play it do exactly that. They see potential with those four cards, no matter what four cards there. It's like and it's just exactly wrong. Look at this. Straight a flush with a straight flush draw. And I'm out and I'm not in it. Bad straight flush draw. Yeah, that's playable. Sure. Here's a pot bet. It's not great. It's the first anything I've seen, and I'm in position. And these. Oh, I got a 3-bet. Hell no, I'm not playing that. No fucking way. Good hand, seat 6. Woke the fuck up and 3-bet me. Nice aces, bud. Those are aces for sure. And no, not playing that either. I mean, that's so optimistic of you, Kenny. And you might be like, why did you fold jacks? Just because it's a Jack 8-4 is the terrible Omaha hand. People think that. They're like, jacks are good. Like, a pair of jacks is great pre-flop in Texas Hold'em. But even if I had this hand now in Omaha, like, I got no equity. I got nothing coming. I can't win nothing. Once again, this is just dog shit hands here. Just real ugly stuff. Real poor, just piss poor stuff here, but they're gonna let me free roll, so I'm gonna take it. And we do have the wheel draw here, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet that. They called. They have an ace. They have a piece. They don't have a 3, they would have raised it. Oh, everyone's got an ace. Well, that's what I get for bluffing out of position. Multi-way, and a multi-way pot full of calling stations. My hand did get better. So do I carry on the bluff? I don't think so. I'm still out of position. I'm going to learn my lesson here. There it is. So I can raise. They've got me beat. They could easily have ace 3, even if my flush comes. Yeah, I'm going to lay that down. They're short stacked. I know, badass, huh? I I'm doing it because they've shown like a tremendous amount of weakness. But you're right, Kenny. You're absolutely right. It was a bad decision. Yeah, it was a bad choice. But also, I've got a big stack, and like I said, weakness. So it was like, it wasn't good poker, but I had a reason. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough on the button. Especially to a min click. 3-bet. Thanks. See how many people call my 3-bet. Say how many players cold call my 3-bet. 2. At least 2. We're gonna go 3-way here. They really want to. Seat 4 wants to just call. Both of y'all's calling. Let's see. 3-bet. Min click 3-bet. Min click 4-bet. Fuck, they 3-bet me before, didn't they? Yeah, I don't have a good enough hand to play this. They've got a good hand and they only have 12 big blinds behind him. So if I call, I'm all in. Got 2 suits, but they're not good. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I have a better hand. The min click 4-bet. All right. Min click 4-bet. And give them a shark fin because they're a sneaky fucker. All right. It's bad. Now I gotta watch this douche. This dude. This gender undetermined player on seat 6. Kenny says play it. Kenny, do you think I should have called it? You think I should have called that with the double suited? With the second bad suit? King 7-7-4, clubs and spades? We'll never know. We'll never know if that was the right move or not. I think it wasn't. I think I was right to fold it. Seat 6 is playing. They're doing stuff. I don't know if it's good stuff. It's a low pocket pair. And double flush draws are good, but one of the flushes was bad, but it was heads up. And just a double suited hand heads up in Omaha is just good. But like a pocket pairs in Omaha, if they're not as good as they're not like they are in Texas Hold'em, they're not really worth a whole lot. Like especially if they're anything lower than a 9, and even 9s are pretty weak. It's like, I mean, I'll fold 10s and I'll fold queens pre-flop. Like it just depends on what the other cards are. Now this is a hand where here we are. I have a straight draw here. Would have been nice, but once again, it was double suited. It's that 3. It's that 3. I don't like low cards out of position. Especially to a 4-bet. That's the thing, is it was a 4-bet and they were short stacked. So it was like they almost certainly had aces. Like when players do that at these stakes, it's like it's always aces. It's always aces. But yeah, you're right. Double suited. I'm thinking about it now. I know I made strategically, according to Hoyle, the right move there. But like I am starting to I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. And of course I hit my straight. It's okay, it's okay. I'll play the queens on the big blind. That's for sure. What are you gonna do? Seat 6? Trickster? You trickster? You trapper? Thinking about it? What are you thinking about? You're thinking of limping. I don't trust you. I'm not raising it. Hit fives and threes. I hit two pair. I'll check raise it. No, I still got fives and threes. Look at the pot. It's two pair. It's bad two pair. You can call. I got a full house. Look at the pot. You're gonna fold. Ah, that's nice. This is about as best as I could do there. It's about as well as I could do with that hand. 20 big blinds, not too shabby. 20 big blinds on a limp pot heads up ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. I will take it. Yeah, it's three-way. Let's go. I should have folded it. Shouldn't have played this bad hand, but got my eyes on seat 6. They're sneaky. They're a little tricky. You gonna limp raise me, bud? Oh, I'm definitely betting that. No, I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna bet half pot here. I'm out of position, but that's okay. I've got a lot of this board. I'm gonna check now, since I am out of position, and they called my C bet. I block the straight. Do I raise them? I've got a lot of equity here. Any spade and a 10. But I don't have a made hand just yet, so I'm going to call it. And I don't have shit. So my threes held. Holy fuck, what the fuck did you have? Seat 4, 5, 4, 3, 7. They also had threes. 5, 4, 3, 7 with, they had 5, 4 of spades. Well, now we're going to be like, now at this point, if they're going to like play that. Well, they didn't, I stopped betting them. So like they called, yeah, they were fair to call the flop. So it wasn't terrible. Yeah, it's a small. I've got queens. I love it. And you have a 10. Smells like a 10. One more. Let's see what you have. What are you betting at me? Aces. Okay, I could have bet them off that, I bet. All right, all right, all right. We're three-way now, so I can open up my range. And I'm going to. Yeah, I'll go heads up. There we are. It's a bad flush, but it's a flush. It's worth half pot. It's a flush with a full house draw, by the way. And we'll be playing this three-way for sure. And we hit top pair with a bad kicker, so we're going to check that and call it. We have two pair and a nut flush draw, so we're going to check raise. I'm just going to check it down. We check call. They probably must be. Yeah, they did. They had this straight. And we are heads up with them now. All right, so heads up, we'll be calling a top pair. We're not going anywhere. I'm still not going anywhere. We're out of position, though. Let's see what you do. All right, queen's good. And c-bet. We got the check it down, see if they hold. They do. What did they play? What did C4 play? They had pair tens. They had top pair. Okay. Yeah. All right. Seat 4 is playing. They're playing. Looks like we got another player here. Seat 1. My name for nothing. And that filled up too. And this is a pretty bad hand for us. And they're going to bet it. They're going to donk that. So they've got a piece of it, and we really don't. So we're just going to let them have. We're going to believe their donk bet. Let them have it. That's bad. I'm going to actually, at this hour, it's a little late. We've had a good run. I'm just under 300 big blinds. The table filled up. I got to pee, and we've been at it for a little over 2 hours. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to call it a week. It has been a pleasure, everybody. Kenny, let's get in touch. I have a meeting after this, so I can't do it right. But I'll give you a call later tonight if you're going to be up. And always good to see you, Brett. Always good to see you, Emily. And anyone else that's here, I love you. The Transverse. Emily's got a live show on Tuesday. She's doing an interview. And of course, next week we'll be doing Being Trans and Mediocre Poker again. I think that's all we got going. Go to the merch store. It's at etsy.com/the Transverse. Get this beautiful coffee mug here. And you can get a Punishy her shirt, which is hilarious. And then also, yeah, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Stay frosty out there. Times are tough. Stay sharp. We'll see you next week.